Hello students, Dr. Ford here. Welcome to part 2 of Analyzing Findings. In this video, we will focus on the gold standard of psychological research, and that is the scientific experiment. What makes a scientific study an experiment is the use of variables, one of which must be controlled by the researcher. An independent variable is what is controlled by the researcher. The dependent variable is what is measured by the researcher to determine the effect the independent variable has on it. Going back to an example from the last video, a psychologist can assign certain participants to study 2 hours for a test. Another group is assigned to study 4 hours, and a different group is given 6 hours to study for a test. Then, grades earned on the test are measured. What is the independent variable here? If you guessed time spent studying, then you're correct, because this is what was controlled by the researcher. When looking for participants for an experimental study, or any study really, the researcher should try to select participants in a way that is as diverse as possible. This way, the results are more likely to apply to many more people in the general population. When we do this, we have what is called a representative sample. Now let's move on to talking about groups. Sometimes a researcher is testing a new drug or technique designed to improve quality of life. In some experiments, one group is given the drug treatment and another group is not. These are the experimental and control groups, respectively. For example, the experimental group may learn a meditation technique over a 6-week period, whereas a control group does not. Blood pressure measurements can be taken at the beginning and ending of the 6 weeks, and comparisons can be made. If blood pressure lowered in the experimental group, but not in the control group, then the meditation technique likely had caused the drop. And finally, let's talk about some issues with experiments. One issue is that we cannot manipulate all variables. For instance, if you want to know how a negative experience affects a person's thoughts or behavior, it is not ethical to assign people to experience certain negative things, like abuse, neglect, or a disease. Seems obvious, right? Well, we will see in the next video that this was not the case in the past.